thing you need to prepare.
Live streaming is on.
Then having a quick discussion on how we can collect information from the submissions that people make. And then decide on how we plan to feature projects so that we can clearly describe that in the launch post and the Medium article. And then create a distribution schedule, and each of us take ownership of, a different channel or a different thing that we're sharing about, and make awesome memes about this campaign that we can use as part of our distribution. Is there anything else that we want to add or change the order
yes. of? So just having a glance at that preparation checklist, Magenta's here. So I wanted to figure out a little bit more what the plan was for Bloom Network. Like there were some comments and anyway, just get some more detail on that. And then hopefully if we can draft some tweets or assign that to somebody.
And when you say what's the plan from Bloom Network, you mean in regards to what is Bloom Network do for the social impact campaign?
Yes. So like Magenta was saying is like we can cross-post some stuff and then like pull projects from there and like onboard them into the weekly roundup. I think there's some collaboration from there, but we never talked about it face-to-face.
Okay, cool. And then the second thing that you named was what? Or you were about to name?
Drafting tweets.
Okay.
I think we should also maybe just have a quick conversation about like exactly how we're going to be featuring these projects. We did talk about it a little bit, like how maybe we'll make a Medium post and put them in, or maybe we'll just like share them on Twitter. But I think it would be valuable to add that in the post, like to tell people like this campaign goes until this date. Every week we're going to be doing this stuff with our stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're going to be featuring this many projects on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
This many
I think
projects.
We had talked about not saying, we can't say how many projects we're going to feature because we have no idea how many submissions we're going to get. And what we talked about was making it relative to how many submissions we receive. So if we receive, tons and tons of submissions, we talked about always doing it as a weekly Medium article featuring all of the projects that apply. And the more info that someone gives, the more that we have to go off of in promoting their project and talking about them. So it's like incentivizing them to have a higher quality project listed on Giveth. But if only a couple people apply each week, then we can have longer, more profound descriptions of the projects. And if we have like 50 submissions that we need to include, then it will be more brief. So I don't know that we can really say how much or like how many per week, but I think we can say that it would be in a Medium post that we will share and link to their project. I would suggest.
And
then we could share that post on Twitter and on Reddit.
This seems pretty similar to what we talked about. I think it was last week when we first said this. So then, like Forrest was saying, we'd have like the weekly roundup, or depending how many submissions. Actually, I think we should do it weekly. And then I put the end of the epic to end on the 12th, which I think is what Lauren already wrote in the thing. So that's like 4 weeks roughly. That'll be the end date. And for collecting submissions, I updated one of the GitHub issues about that. And so there's just a tab I added on the project outreach Excel sheet. This is actually Ashley's suggestion, and I just made it really quickly. So then at least we can keep track of everything.
Adding projects to project outreach spreadsheet so we can track who we have already promoted and who needs to be scheduled. Yeah, good idea.
Mm-hmm. So at least we can keep track, and then we can see if they've been submitted already or not. And then from who, on what network, what's the name of the project or cause, and then any notes.
Link to project.
Lauren, you're shaking your head.
Sorry, unrelated shaking of my head.
Okay. All right. Okay. I won't take it personally then. It's okay.
Stupid windows on my house.
Mitch and his stupid Excel sheet, man. I hate him.
No, not that at all. I'm sorry. I'll just like put my camera off for all my shakes of the head.
Yeah. Yeah, and then weekly roundup, we'll do it in the Medium. And then when we do the tweets, we can just link to the Medium, or depending how many characters we have, go from there. I think that seems pretty clear.
Yeah.
Because then Medium, we really have the freedom of like taking our time with like how we want to describe these projects or how we want to promote them. Yeah.
Are you guys seeing when I share my?
Yeah. Do you want to
Taking notes. Cool.
do you want to
Okay.
post that on the
Do we feel complete on that one? How we plan to feature projects?
Can you post that on the Epic for us? Here, I'll give you the link. Here we go. I feel pretty good about it. I feel like we've got a clear path.
Cool. Okay, I see. I will copy this comment over to the Epic instead. Edit.
So
then the next one is I think the next one that's maybe relevant to like how we're describing the logistics of the campaign, and something we probably want to put in the Medium article, is the discussion on how we can collect info as submissions are made. So I'm assuming by info you mean like contact info of that specific project. Like how do we know that we have the correct link to their project, and if there's like a contact person?
Yeah, so we have that in the outreach folder that I just posted there, that Excel sheet in the chat here. And there's also a GitHub issue for it on the Epic with the same link in it.
But I think I mean more like how in the way that someone applies, are we making sure that they're giving us that info?
Oh, like when they make a submission that they like meet the criteria?
Like when they make the submission, like do we need their contact info besides just whatever Twitter handle they're like, hashtagging us from?
I mean, ideally we'll have a project actually, because that's part of it as well. I guess we can add that. Because they should be uploading a project onto Giveth.io. And then I suppose the way to reach out for them is going to be the same way that they reached out to us. Like, I don't think we're going to be asking them for their email or any kind of like extra info, but they are going to have to make a project.
They are required to create a project on Giveth.io. And when someone creates a project on Giveth.io, that's like a one of the requirements when they're creating the project is having contact information that they're submitting, right? So we will have it.
In order to have their profile, they have to put in an email, but I think you can actually, I know you can donate without having a profile. I don't know if you can make a project without.
No, you can't. You have to have your email in. If you try to create a project without an email, it's like please complete your profile.
Okay, cool. So that's good to know. So if there's any like weird things that come up, we can email people, and that's a way to contact them.
Mm-hmm.
And are we requiring them, like when they talk about their project, I can't remember exactly. I'd have to pull up the Google Drive link of the campaign again. But when we're having them like hashtag and like share their story, maybe we should explicitly require that they post the link to their Giveth project. What do you think? That way there's just like no confusion as to what project this individual is talking about.
Yeah, I think it would make it much more straightforward.
Yeah, and it's also like sharing more links to the Giveth website out there on the social media verse.
Right. Get those
Yeah,
clicks.
we put that in like in the document, the initial launch post document.
Mm-hmm. And a link, yeah, you're right. You got it right there.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so I feel like we have figured this one out then, and I'm just going to add this one here. Cool. Okay, so then, yeah, I feel like next, maybe let's talk about, would you prefer that we run through the checklist first or talk about the Bloom Network plan to support first?
I have that on the checklist.
Okay.
Just to format, well, I don't know if Magenta, do you have anything to chime in on this? Like what was I know there's 2 things that you wanted to interact with the Bloom Network.
I was going to suggest that someone from your team posts to the Bloom Discord, because that may be a good place to find projects. There's a bunch of interesting stuff there, like including stuff that's not like local Bloom chapters. And then for a blog post on Bloom's site, if you guys are already making a Medium post, kind of highlighting all the campaigns, it's probably best for us to just make like a micro blog post and like link over to read the original, or copy paste with a byline at the top saying, read the original article on Giveth Medium and follow them there. Either way. But that'll just give more exposure to all the projects and to Giveth itself, because that'll like stay sticky on our blog over time too.
Okay, so not like a full length blog post, but like a blurb. How big are you thinking?
Well, if am I understanding correctly that you guys are writing a Medium post that features the?
Like the weekly roundup, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we'll do like a weekly thing of that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to think about it ahead of time without like seeing what it looks like. It's the kind of thing I would like look at the blog post and then just grab some blurbs from and then point over to you guys. Nothing like, I don't think it has to be anything extra fancy. It's just like another like viewpoint into you guys and like reading about all the campaigns that come through.
Mm-hmm. So like
Magenta,
when we
is this, I remember you mentioning like wanting to feature the Giveth social impact campaign on the Bloom Network blog. Is this what you're referring to?
Yeah. And Bloom is not so good at, like, it wouldn't do you guys any good for us to like announce the campaign and ask for, the only place that makes sense to like reach out to find more projects is in our Discord. But our blog is good for over the next year, for example, more people learning about that Giveth exists. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we can make a post on Discord announcing the campaign, and then when we have stories or submissions, we can give them to Bloom Network.
Yeah, or I can just point over to the Medium post where you guys are writing about it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then just throughout the month, I'll like retweet a couple of Giveth tweets from the Bloom channel.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'm going to move this under the Bloom stuff. Okay. Okay, cool. So we're clear on the Bloom Network stuff. So now we can review the checklist and go through some of these issues on the Epic. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
finish the QA on Changemaker Lunge post. We did that.
Yeah, I don't know if because Lauren and Forrest did it. I'm probably gonna cut it off like tomorrow sometime and then start drafting it into Medium. Because I know that that takes time. So then, yeah, I'm working on both of those. The Reddit post, I'm gonna make one that's just gonna be a copy paste, and another one that's gonna have a little bit more info on Giveth for like subreddits that don't know what we are. And we're gonna need somebody to take on drafting some tweets.
Okay. I haven't managed Twitter in quite a while, but if someone can tell me, like, for doing, I think we talked about wanting to do a tweet thread. If someone can let me know, like, how many characters, like, what are my limitations, or, you know, in the Twitter thread? Like, can you put links and images in each reply? Is it like every time you get 147 characters or whatever it is? Like, as long as I know that, I can write the copy and send it to whoever for actually publishing on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's every tweet in the tweet thread is like the same number of characters. Also, I don't mind doing that. Oh yeah, Magenta's like 280 characters. She got it. But yeah,
She knows.
She knows.
I mean, either one of you, like, yeah, we can have a thread. Okay. I don't know if we need a thread for this one. Maybe like when we do like, well, we'll see how much info we need to say, but.
And how, so if we do or don't do a Twitter thread, like how many tweets do we want to have drafted? Do we want to post about like how frequently do we want to post about this campaign over the course of the week when we announce it?
Good question. I'm not a Twitter expert. We would like one weekly would be the base, I suppose.
Yep. And I think probably maybe on the first week we could post it on Wednesday and again on Friday with like a filler post on Thursday of kind of like usual content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. And then I think like the following week, I mean, we should tweet about social impact campaign and then like tweet about our projects as well. We could also do like two separate things, like calling more people and then also like,
Yeah.
or we could put them together. We could put it into like a thread of like, here's some awesome projects. Do you want to submit yours?
Yeah, I would suggest at the end of the thread being like, oh, do you have one? Or do you know someone who should? Well, here's where to do it.
So then we're looking at having two types of tweets, one for the launch and then another one, like a thread for the submission roundup, and then another like call to action sort of thing.
Okay, cool.
And then are you okay doing that, Forrest?
Yeah, I can do that.
I recently wrote some tweets, and it was good getting back in the tweet game, you know? Did me a lot. I just wrote them though, and then Magenta did the rest, you know?
I haven't posted them all yet. Should I put that Pambala tweet out today? Would that be a good day for that?
I mean, Panvala is always a good time, so.
Okay, I'll do that.
Awesome. Okay. And then we've also got, okay, we did the draft launch tweets and recurring tweets, post and upvote, changemaker Reddit post. So this one, oh wait, I'm sorry. I skipped ahead too much.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, format and draft the post for the Bloom network. So that's something we've discussed what we need to do, but we haven't assigned yet. So it sounds like there's the post for posting on the Bloom network Discord channel, maybe on Wednesday, announcing our campaign and sharing the link to the Medium article and, you know, kind of connecting with some new projects to encourage them to apply.
Also, on that, I wanted to mention it'll make the most sense for people if you mention that you guys are a local Bloom as well, so that they get this is like a peer project, like inviting them to do something. They'll like resonate more with them.
Cool. Does anyone feel like following up with the Bloom Network then?
I
For
can
those
definitely
two
help
things?
to share things on the Discord, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and then it'll be pretty easy once we have the roundup. We can just give that to you, Magenta, and you can point back to the Medium post in the Bloom Network blog.
Wait, what is it that you're passing to me?
When we have the roundup of submissions,
Oh,
like
yeah, exactly.
and we just show you like here it is, it's published, and then you can point to it in the Bloom
Perfect.
Network blog.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy.
Okay, and then memes, which we'll get to later on this call. I think we can collaboratively create memes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good for preparation. And then for launch, posting to Medium, is that Magenta or Mitch that's going to hit publish on Wednesday? And is there a certain time of day that we feel like we'll get the most eyeballs?
I'm gonna publish it to Giveth, and then I don't know who's got the magic button to make it go
Yeah,
live.
I think I have the magic button for now.
Yeah.
Generally, I think like late morning US time is good because I think we still have a lot of participants and givers who are in Europe. So like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., something like that.
In what time zone?
Oh, sorry, yeah, Eastern time.
Publish article to Medium publicly. Okay. And then the Twitter tweets, you know, Twitter. I think this brings us to, do we want to have a time that we sync up on Wednesday? You know, even if it's just like 30 minutes or an hour, a jam session that's available after the post is published, you know, maybe sometime. So 10 a.m. Eastern is 8 a.m. Costa Rica time. So, you know, maybe sometime like midday Costa Rica time. We've got calls anyway.
What about right after the dev call? Is that too crazy?
I have another call at like just from 10 to 11, but I'm available immediately after that.
What about before? Is that too early?
We have a give sprint kickoff, but
that's right. That's at 10.
Might get rescheduled. I can see if I'm able to schedule my 10 to 11, but I can't guarantee it, and I won't know that on this call right now.
Okay. All right.
But if not, are you guys available? I'm available between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m.
That's yeah, that's getting into like early afternoon Eastern time.
It's 1 p.m., so it would be 2 hours after publishing.
Yeah.
Well, I say then do the call right after the dev call, and I'll do my best to reschedule my commitments and make it. But if I'm not able to, you know, I still, if you feel that it's so really important that it's right at that time, then let's get that placeholder scheduled.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, we just need to make sure that everything's been published. And so if we can be just like on a voice chat or something saying, you know, okay, I got it. Okay, that's up. And then make sure we're sharing and upvoting.
I think she was just meaning like right at the publish time. We'll publish it early in the morning on the, you know, here, but then get together later and like kind of review how many submissions we're starting to get and like share across the other things. So like publish it in the morning, give it some time to be out, and then check back in with each other later in the afternoon to see kind of like how it's going.
Oh.
Yeah, like retweet, like we did last time at the Giveth launch, when we were all kind of personally like retweeting and commenting and upvoting, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because we had 2 meetings on that day, and anyway, Wednesday afternoon is fine for me. So if you're not available till later, it's fine.
Okay, I'll do 11 a.m. Okay, so I'll send that out. Okay. Cool. And then, so that's when we can do the, you know, the subreddits and all that kind of stuff, and everyone's retweeting and sharing. Jam party to share and upvote. Okay. And Mitch, are you handling posting on the R Giveth and subreddits for the launch post? And then the Twitter tweets all have drafted, and Magenta will post those. Or sorry, Lauren, are you managing the Twitter now? Someone is managing the Twitter, or is that Magenta?
Magenta's still doing it. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
But I mean, I can. Like we talked about this in one of the communications calls, so it's just like, yeah.
Magenta and Lauren, I feel like that's up to you guys. Does someone have a strong preference?
Not really. I mean, generally, I think this is one of the things I wanted to check in with you project management wise, because if you guys are on full time anyway, it probably makes sense. Like you're all more closely in the loop with each other to transition the Twitter over to Lauren doing it. And I mean, I'm going to have like 5 hours a week for you guys to use however. So
okay.
I don't really care too much where I get allocated.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we weren't able to connect So you and I still need to have a one-on-one, or maybe with Danny also.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Okay, we'll talk offline about that. And post to Bloom Network, already talked about that. Okay, so the post launch, recurring tweets, talked about that. Recurring Bloom Network posts. And this one, collect and assess stories submitted, is that just, Mitch, did you mean like to see who we highlight more in depth than others?
Yeah, this is just like my brain
Or is
putting
there like
everything
any
together.
way
And
we
so
would not promote someone?
I mean, like that's the thing is just like when we start looking at stuff to make our weekly roundup, we can fill the stuff out in the Excel sheet, and then like if there's anything weird looking, we can make that call.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
mostly,
cool.
I think the action's going to be happening in the Excel sheet.
Yeah. Awesome. And then writing the content for stories. I feel like this one, we're also gonna maybe on a subsequent communications call, we'll need to assess like just how many submissions have we gotten. If it's a few, then maybe one person wants to write the weekly roundup, and if it's like we really got a lot of submissions, then I think we can all divide and tackle. We can each write 5 or something like that, because it would require checking out the project page, kind of understanding what they're doing, and then writing a summary.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's the thing. We're just gonna have to figure it out after launch, like what it'll look like.
Okay, cool. All right. So then, that's weird. Why did it write in that way? Okay. And then distribution schedule. Well, we've kind of talked about that a bit, but are there particular days that we would like? I can put this into the content calendar. Maybe I'll just hop over there if I can pull it up quickly enough.
Yeah, do you have something in mind, Lauren?
I was sort of just thinking of like kind of what we were doing a little bit already with like Ashley taking on Bloom Network and the Twitter and stuff, is like if we are kind of talking about like, oh, wouldn't it be great to blast us off in different channels, having like different people blasted off in different places, so that we kind of like raise awareness without being too annoying.
Yeah, just like
without being
3
one
people.
person spamming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I was just thinking of it is like, I think Mitch, you made a GitHub issue about it, but we could maybe like add to it of like different places we could brainstorm of where to share this. And then we could each take like ownership and be like, okay, we're all going to share about it like on this day and this day and this day, and these are the people who are responsible for these channels. So that's my idea.
So you're talking about like channels, like as in Twitter, Reddit, or do you mean something else?
Yeah, I mean like Twitter, Reddit, and then like we can share in the Bloom Network Discord, and we can share in like other Discord channels that we're part of. Like in the Common Stack, I'm sure that there's like people who have projects, and in like Metagame, they're also doing like this hackathon thing right now where they're getting people like involved in Metagame and like awarding seeds to people who are like making change, so we can kind of like have a bridge there as well,
That's cool.
I'm just looking through my Discord server. There's like Metagame.
Is it worth then, like if we've got somebody on Twitter and Reddit, then would it be worth putting somebody on Discord, or do you want several people? Is it too big of a task?
Well, maybe we could talk about the Discord servers that we think are valuable, and then if it's like not too many, like I could do some, like I could blast it in like DBC. There's like a few people that we know have projects, and like in the metagame, and like in the TC or Common Stack, and then there's like some others. But I'm sure that you guys are involved in Discord servers that I'm not involved in, that you might think like this would be valuable to put in.
But at least so that we're communicating with each other, so we're not just like constantly spamming over top of each other.
Yeah, so we can make like a checklist in the GitHub issue, and then also like tag the person who's responsible for each server. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, because like what we were doing at launch was just we were posting where we posted. But I guess if we do that ahead of time, then it's more clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I make one for that?
And then we could also have it like, because if we're going to be blasting things off like the Medium article like every week and trying to get more people involved, we have the same people going to the same spots.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're all like, oh, every Wednesday we're all blasting it out at this time. And so then we go to our, places.
Okay. I don't see the GitHub issue. I can make one.
Oh, I thought you made one already.
Not for exactly what you're talking about there.
Yeah, sure. You can make one.
Unless you find it.
I thought I saw that you had made it, but let me look.
Anyway, that's a really good idea, though.
Have any of you guys ever run into an issue where you can't post a Twitter thread? I'm trying to post the Panvala thread, but the buttons are grayed out to press send.
Did you try turning it off and on again?
I think I have to log out and back in and redraft this.
Are you past the character limit or?
No, they're all good. That's so odd.
Maybe there's too many images or links or.
Yeah, I'm gonna try pulling out this photo and see if it does it.
I couldn't find the issue image, but I can start making one. I'm starting to make one.
Okay, yeah, just make one there, and then we'll just plug it into the Epic.
Yeah. I put it in the Epic already.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool, perfect.
Is it useful to just like quickly talk about like what channels that we have and we want to own right now so that I can tag people in it?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I can do like metagame and like TEC and CAD and Common Stack.
Okay, cool.
Ashley, do you have any? You're like the queen of Discord servers. Do you have any ones that would be great?
Yeah, seriously, Ashley is all over this stuff.
Yeah, I can go through and like find ones that I think would be good for this. Definitely, I'll do the Bloom Network one. I think Metaspace might be a good place too.
Is OneHive interesting at all, or is it not relevant enough?
I mean, I can definitely post in there. They have a shield channel or like a My Thing channel. It's definitely worth maybe just putting it out there, at least at the launch. But
Yeah.
I feel like OneHive is really geared towards like blockchain technology stuff. And I don't know. They probably have some projects that they put on there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't have a ton on my end. Did we say Panvala already?
No, we didn't. Do you want to blast in Panvala?
But Ashley, you're going to be talking to Panvala as well tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, we're having our community call tomorrow, but we only get like 3 minutes to give all the updates for Giveth and like what's going on. So I'll definitely put it on the slide that we put in the deck, but it's not going to be, I can also add it in their Discord too.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Is there any other big updates that we should share with them? The community call that you guys can think of? I mean, basically it's just like what happened during March. So like our platform went live, and then I want to tell them about this event and maybe put a link to like the join page and see if there's anybody that, wants to come and help us. But
You could mention that we're going to be doing like transparency updates, and then we have like the first one out. And so if they want to like follow along more closely about what's getting updated,
yeah.
you could be like, we have our transparency YouTube, and now we're giving these weekly blog posts or sprintly blog posts.
Cool.
It looks like I'm just like can't post in our Twitter for some reason.
Mm.
I don't see a notification that we've been like flagged or something. I don't get it.
Okay. Was there anything left before meme time?
I don't think so. I think we've covered all the different questions.
Okay.
Unless anyone has anything else.
I think we've got everything clear, like at least what we need to do in preparation for the next 2 days. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions over how this is going to work, at least up until launch?
I feel clear.
Cool.
Word. So I think, let's jam on memes. We've got 15 minutes left, and let's just do what we normally do, posting them in the meme channel on Discord, and then still getting the 3 thumbs ups in order to publish. And, whoever, like, who's owning Reddit, who's owning Twitter, who's owning the Medium roundups, and posting on Discord, like if something in the meme channel has gotten 3 thumbs up, and it's around the social impact campaign, if it makes sense in the content to utilize it, like embed it in the post or, use it as an image, I think use your best discretion. But it can help us to get more eyeballs.
Okay.
And the hashtag, let me just... Why is this taking so long? Okay. And the hashtag is Giveth with the number 4 change. So good to include that in the memes.
Mm-hmm. I think my new favorite meme is the flex tape. I kind of want to find like some slap chop ones too.
You can make one. And sometimes, you know what I do is I go to like Giphy or Tenor, and then I just find like a good GIF, and then I download it, and then I like re-upload it into Image Flip, and make it a meme.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. Post your memes in the meme channel and give thumbs up to the ones you like.
Mm.
Hey, when did we say it was going to end again? May 12th?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
boy.
FYI, apparently I'm not able to post to Twitter from any of my accounts on either browser, so I don't really understand what's going on. I'll try turning my computer off now and again after the call.
Okay, guys, I've got to jump to the Give token meeting, but lots of love. Don't forget to